Good morning, everyone. It is 15th of March, 2021. It's about 10 until 9 in the morning. Stocks on watch that I have today. Large caps are AAL, NXPI, PENN. The first stock I have up, it's not my favorite stock. I can't stand the airlines. So I'll be trading it, but I can't stand it. If it gives me an entry, I'll be trading it. I hate the airlines. But a stock is a stock. Don't get me wrong. Actually, I like flying. I like that we have air travel. It's just these things have caused a lot of people a lot of losses. So anyway, moving on. I have an entry at 23.54 and 22.59. AAL is getting a catching a bid here in the pre-market. I don't know what the news is. I haven't looked at it. Oh, okay. Well, on the 10th, they American Airlines upsizes prices $10 billion bond and loan offering. All right. And then on the 12th, U.S. passenger airline traffic fell 63% in January. So it's catching a bid. Let me show you. I put levels on it, and that's just pretty much. Oh, I must have taken the Fibonacci. I must have erased it. So yeah, this is yesterday. There's an alarm at yesterday's high, and then there's an alarm on yesterday's opening price. So if I get into this, I'll start averaging into probably 1,000 shares, starting at 23.54, and then stopping at 22.59 for some. I imagine that it's probably going to sell off at the opening bell. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then it won't hit my levels and I won't be in a trade. That's the way it goes. If it does sell off, if there are traders who are like, "Hey, I just made money on this, I'm going to take some profit." I'm looking for the price to dip down here into this zone, and then find support, and then start moving back in the northern direction there. NXPI, I don't know what the stock is. I just know that pre-market it's up 7.5% pre-market. It's tech, and so with tech, you've got to keep an eye on the 10-year. It looks to me like the 10-year. So I was thinking about something over the weekend. So the 10-year is at 1.62. Inflation was recently reported at 1.7, and I imagine that the 10-year is either going to sell at either a discount or a premium to the current inflation rate. So I don't know if that is going to mean that the 10-year is going to start pushing to 1.7 to match the inflation rate, or right now the bonds would be selling at a discount, I imagine, to the with relative to the inflation rate. So a 1.62, I don't know. Will it stabilize there? I don't know. Will it continue to climb higher? I don't know. Will it fall? I don't know. So in any case, NXPI is catching a bid pre-market. Let's take a look at the news real quick. JCB, does this have anything to do with NXPI? I really, actually, there's a lot there to read right now. Anyway, I put a Fibonacci on it, and this is a high from, what is this level? I've forgotten where I got that level. This 211. I think I have to go back historically. I don't remember where I got the $211. It's a top anyway. in any case. Here, I'll bring it back up again. So a pullback to 195.46 or 193.33, I'm a buyer in this area for it to bounce and start moving back in the other direction. We'll see how it goes. Pay attention to the price action if you're going to trade this. That's what I'll be doing. And so if it goes through these levels right here, my next level is 189.15. I'll just have to see what it does. If it just starts like plummeting hard before pre-bell, then I'll be looking at 189.15 for an entry instead. PENN, same deal. This is consumer services. I don't know what's going on with it. I just threw a Fibonacci on it. Fibonacci I drew on this one is simply from the pre-market high here in the AM pre-market, not the PM pre-market, or the PM post-market, down to yesterday's close. And so I have an entry at 137.77 and 136.48. Then CHEK, there really isn't a whole lot going on in the pre-market except CHEK here. CHEK has a decent headline. They are working on, okay, so CHEK Cap receives FDA IDE approval for pivotal study, right? They didn't actually get an FDA approval for, the procedure, the device, whatever it is. They've got approval to go forward with their approval process, essentially, their studying process. So all of these, anytime the FDA grants, an acceptance of application or so on and so on, it's a positive for the company. It's not like they're actually going to market with a device or anything, or a procedure or a drug. They're just getting approval for a study. Now, it's for colon cancer, or rectal cancer. I've forgotten which it is here. Let's see. Approved diagnostics company's investigational device exemption application for C-scan, a screening test to detect polyps before they transform into colorectal cancer. Okay, so the prevention of cancer, this cures for cancer and prevention of cancer, the market likes it. People, the group psychology behind it is, this is, what's the saying that goes, there's an old saying, something like, well, I'm not curing cancer. It's not like you're curing cancer or something. When somebody's making a big deal out of something, like, I'm so accomplished, look, I did XYZ, whatever it is. And it's good to be proud of your work, of course. There are times, though, when some people, I guess, get their heads kind of inflated by their own egos. And so a way to kind of bring people down to earth a bit is to say, well, you're not curing cancer, right? Well, in this case, there's a company that's attempting to prevent cancer, which is, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So CHEK, this, will it catch a bid? It's just a momentum play. I'm not interested in investing in it here. If I want to invest in it, I'll wait for the stock to pull back. You can see here on the daily, I wonder if there's any news from January 4th, or if that's just something that January 27th, January 4th, for whatever reason, it started to run up here on January 4th. I'm not sure why. There are people who are interested in the stock. I think there are going to be a lot of sellers. If you've invested in something, at $1.53, $1.13, $1.14, something like that, and then one day you see it pop up to $3.67. Suppose you have 10,000 shares. That's $20,000 in profit. Roughly, if you're in it like $1, say $1.50. So I think there are probably going to be some sellers here at the start. We'll see what it does when it pulls back. This stock has a float of 46 million shares, so there are going to be some people who are interested in taking profits here. All right. But I'll keep an eye. Of the small caps that are popping up this morning, CHEK, CHEK, is so far really the one with the best catalyst that I can see. NTEC, now let's see about NTEC again here. Now it says merger. Okay, we have a merger. So mergers, I don't remember what happens with mergers and acquisitions. I think that this will probably be like a pretty, like $8.81 will be the kind of, I think it's going to plateau right here. That's just my personal opinion. We'll see how it trades. FAMI, I think this is one that's offering, mixed shelf. So I don't know why, but I guess people treat this as kind of like an IPO. FAMI Incorporated files for a mixed shelf of up to 100 million, right? Well, so this company, if I remember correctly, I just looked at it a few minutes ago, it's hemorrhaging cash. Oh, no, actually, this one's doing okay. I may have erased the one. There's one that was popping up on the scanner this morning. It was hemorrhaging cash. This is interesting. This is a small cap here. You can see, well, it might be kind of small on your screen. Let's see. In 2020, net income was $823,000. With revenue, I'm sorry, net income was $823,000. Revenue was $30 million. 2019 revenue was $30.8 million. So revenues dipped down a little bit from 2019 to 2020. Net income was negative $307,000. 2018 revenues $29.82 million. Net income $3.22 million. You know, anytime you get a small cap that's profitable, that's an interesting thing. So this one actually I might rank this one up a little bit higher here. I'm going to put this one up front. You know, positive earnings on a small cap. You know, it's not good that revenues are coming down, but it's not exactly a bad thing either if they can show earnings. You know, so anyway, I'll keep this one second in rank right now. There might be something here with FAMI. It went up to 322 pre-market and it's fading down again. Typically a company that's going to offer a mixed shelf that actually has positive revenues and earnings, positive earnings, is going to be, it's building cash for an expansion in operations. That could be, let's check out the quarterly results here. It's not letting me bring up quarterly results. Okay, anyway, it's on watch. If it trades according to momentum, I will trade it. NTEC, now let's see. March 15th, February 17th. Oh yeah, this is the merger. Yeah, whatever. ACER. ACER Therapeutics files for sale of up to 4.0 million shares. Okay, so I think this might be the one that is hemorrhaging cash. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Earnings, net income, negative 14 million, negative 21 million, negative 30 million roughly, negative 23 million on an annual basis. So this thing is just issuing cash, issuing more stock in order to build cash because it needs more time to keep its head above water. So I'm not interested. If it starts trading according to momentum, starts hitting the scanner, I might be interested, but really, not really. I'm not interested. So FAMI and CHEK are really the two top small cap momentum plays that I'm most interested in. Pardon me. Okay, so now let's see. Let's go to the SPY. So the SPY is doing something interesting here. I have 394.17 marked off because that's a previous high. Let's go back to the daily here. The intraday high here, and this was a red closing candle. So we're making new all-time closing highs. Last week we made new all-time closing highs, which is good to see. I really didn't think that. I thought the SPY was getting ready to roll over again, and it looks to me like this is the start of a consolidation zone. However, it's got to play out. I mean, I don't know. That's just a guess on my part. To see the market move sideways for a while, it just wouldn't surprise me. There's some things to be like, rates kind of need to settle down, and while rates are doing their thing, there's volatility in the, well, you can't really say there's volatility because the volatility goes down. Volatility measurements go down as rates go up. Of course, the bond volatility is going up with that respect. But anyway, there's just some stuff that needs to settle down before the S&P can continue higher. In my opinion, I think we're going to be range bound for a bit on the S&P and the SPY. Now, I can be proven wrong very quickly. Another new closing high today, up above this 395.65 will put me in the wrong camp really quickly when it comes to my hypothesis of range-bound price action on the S&P. All right. The VIX still a bit elevated here. It's beneath the 22, so it's in the gap. There's a gap here on the VIX from the tumble that the market took back in March, February and March. Let's see, this is 21 February and 24 February. So the top of this gap is 22 and the bottom of the gap is 18.2. I'd really like to see, you can see since that February-March time frame, the VIX has come back into the top of the gap. It's gone into the gap, but it's always kind of bounced back off the top of the gap there. Came into the gap here, but then quickly came back up above again. Here's the top of the gap at 22, this top dotted line here. So what's it going to do? I don't know, but I have my eye on it. I'd love to see it break down below this 18 level. It'd be great for my portfolio, but we'll see. And the move is moving. The move is on the move. I think that this is more than just episodic and non-trending. It's running up here and it's consolidating. That doesn't mean that it's forming a bull flag here. Well, I mean, it is forming a bull flag, but that doesn't mean it's going to play out that way. Right now, it looks like the move is set to start moving higher at some point after consolidation and then breakout. However, nothing is certain in investing. Just that's the way it looks right now. So financials, if that happens, financials is definitely the place you want to be. I've got some small cap financials, mid cap, and large cap financials in my portfolio that I'm just kind of leaving alone to see how this resolves. If the move breaks down again, then I'll start dumping financials. For the time being, though, financials and industrials are looking like a good place to be. Okay, everybody. That is the morning rundown. Good luck out there today. Be smart. Control your risk. And limit your risk. And I will see you at the recap. Out.